guys, it's I'm Not Cheating, back with another video. I just wanted to quickly say this is going to be a little different from my regular videos. Reason being, I am currently banned off Hypixel for blacklisted modifications. Don't know why, but I've got about a week left or something. I don't really know. But yeah, let's get on with the story. So I was in year 9, first period, you know. My mate's on the classroom with me, right? Like, there's separate rooms. It was in music, and yeah, there's separate rooms where you can practice, basically. So in those rooms, you're segmented. So the teacher's in the main room, and there's like 4 or 5 different rooms where you can practice it. So I was with my mate. We'll just call him Aaron, Billy, and John, right? So Aaron is like, I'm gonna get my vape out. I'm gonna start smoking this vape. The teachers won't know, right? So we're sitting there chilling, right? 10-20 minutes go by. He's still vaping, right? And then we'll go into another room, right? And he offers me, right? Me being a dumbass, I do it. Right, but there was fire alarms in the room, so yeah. My mate Bob, right? Well, yeah, Bob was wafting the smoke away because the teacher was about to walk in here, and he set the school fire alarm off. Right, so we get hauled out the classroom, and everyone's just gone mental, right? So we get hauled out, right? We get taken outside to do the registers and stuff. Basically to see if we're all there, right? So we're all there, right? We go up to the teachers and go, "Sir, was this a test fire alarm drill or was it a real one?" And he turns around, dead ass, looks us in the eyes and goes, "No, something happened." So at this point, we are literally hitting a brick. So we go inside, right? Bear in mind, the teacher was about to walk in and you could smell it. But yeah. Back to thingy. So basically, right, we get hauled back inside, right? The deputy head and the head teacher was standing there, right? Looking at us like weird. Looking at the whole class like criminals, right? So we're standing there, right, and we didn't exactly know it was us because at the same time the fire alarm went off. There was a cookery lesson downstairs, and yeah, they were making sausage rolls and they got burned. Yeah, it was quite funny, but yeah, they thought it was them. But yeah, as I said, we went upstairs, and the head teacher and deputy head teacher looked at us like we were criminals. So the room's dead silent, right? Not even a whisper, right? Not even a mouse, right? And the head teacher goes, "Who used an e-cigarette in that room?" So Aaron, right? Aaron stands up, right? Puts his hands up and goes, "Yeah, I did it." Right? But anyway, I wasn't planning to fucking admit to this, you know. It was I tried to keep it quiet, you know. Then my mate Bob stands up, yeah. There was this other one, we'll call her Cassandra, right? She was in the room as well. She was doing it, you know. They were just taking the piss, right? So we're all sitting there. So we're chilling, right, and the teachers are literally, you could see the red smoke coming out their ears, how mad they were. So we get hauled off into this room, right, we'll miss our break, right, and so we've got like 5 teachers yelling at us, right, at this point, 5 teachers. So we get all 3 of us, right, get pulled to one side, yeah. Cassandra, yeah, was Cassandra got away with it. After I get away with it by saying I second-handed it just didn't go well, you know. So we're all sitting in a room, and the teacher, our first teacher, comes in and he goes, "This is an educational environment, so how dare you have the audacity to vape in this establishment?" And we're just sitting there like, we really can't be bothered. We're not really bothered, you know. So the teacher's ranting and raging, and we're sitting there like, "Can you please just be quiet? Yeah, we know we've done wrong. We're sorry. Yeah." So, you know, blah 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 blah. The teacher goes out, right? Legit 5 minutes later, right? The teacher walks in, right? And I remember in the 5 minute thingy gap, 5 minute gap, I was talking amongst Aaron and Bob, and yeah, and we came up with a story. We found the vape in a like little folder type thing, right? We were eating pretzels at the time, right? So we spat out the pretzels, and then we said that we got the vape out of a folder, right? Dumbest excuse ever, but honestly, it was so funny. So yeah. The next teacher comes in, right? We'll call her Miss Reggie, okay? Because she was a right idiot, right? She was ranting and raving, and she gave us a huge lecture along the lines of, "I would relish the opportunity to practice in music." And then, honestly, what went through my mind was so funny. I was sitting contemplating whether get up and say, "Well, miss, the music room's always open, you know. Just come join us." Right? I say it out loud. The teacher's gonna raging. You can see the red horns coming out of her head, smoke coming out of her ears, and she's turning as red as a tomato. Funny as hell, right? So, you know, a few minutes go by, right? The teacher comes in and goes, "Look, lads, right, what exactly happened?" So, we tell the exact excuse that we all discussed amongst ourselves. So, it was, we're eating pretzels in the classroom, and we found a vape. So we decided, you know what, never tried it before, we're going to give it a shot, right? So, we're sitting there, right, and the teacher's like, "Oh, alright then, right? Funniest thing ever, right? So he goes off, right, and the next teacher comes in. Yeah, there's a lot of teachers, yeah, I know. But it's quite amusing, to be fair with you. Like, at the end of the day, yeah, we shouldn't have done it, but we don't really need 4 teachers yelling at us when you get that we done wrong. But yeah, so the 4th teacher comes in, right? This is the head teacher, right? And goes, "There could have been an old lady, right, burning in her kitchen, and they would have had to pull away from it, yeah, to come to school because it's a bigger emergency." Yeah, I can see how that works, right? So all those teachers were sitting there deciding what to do with us, right? But since we're in like year 9, it wasn't worth like permanently excluding us or like giving us more than one day off. So we got the teachers come back in, right, and they say, "Well, you are excluded for the day. We don't want you anywhere near campus the whole day." And I'm like, "Right, fine, sweet. I've got a free day off, right?" So, but bear in mind, right, my dad was in a meeting at this point. Yeah. Not a meeting. Yeah. Actually, it was a meeting or a production or something. Anyways, so we'll get holding this room called Pastoral, right? It's like a huge team it's like management of the school, pretty much. So we get dragged into there, right? And honestly, it's so funny, right? So you've got Aaron, right? he was upset, right? His dad, the teacher rang up his dad. His dad went off it with him, right? So, bear in mind, this is Cassandra has just been pulled in, right? So Cassandra's there. She's crying her goddamn eyes out, right? I did in a way feel bad, but she would have gotten away, and yeah, she was a little bugger. So yeah, we decided to drop out of it. But yeah, so she's crying her eyes out, right? Aaron's dad was screaming and yelling at him over the phone. Was like, if I even smell that you've had your Xbox on, I'm gonna destroy it. Right? So we're sitting there, right? I'm pissing myself laughing, right? So now it's Bob's mum and dad, right? So the teacher rings Bob's mum or whatever, yeah. And his mum, he sits and goes, "My mum already thinks I'm a failure." Right? So he's just angry as hell at this point. He was literally about to stand up and kicked up the teacher. Right? So he's just angry as hell right now, right? So now Cassandra's mum gets mum gets called, yeah. You know, she's raging, she's crying, she doesn't know what to feel, yeah. And it's she's just like all over the place, right? And I didn't in a way feel bad, as I had said, but like, yeah. Anyways, so her mum gave her the silent treatment. It was horrible. She hated it, right? She was crying her eyes out. I did feel bad, but a few moments go by. They can't get a hold of my mum, so they ring my dad instead. I deadass will tell you, my school went, Mr. Kelly, have you got a mum? Your son's done something very bad. Are you busy? And he goes, well, yeah, I'm in the middle of a meeting / production. So my dad's not really angry or arsed at this point. So yeah, they're chatting and chatting and chatting. And my dad pretty much told them, what about it? Like, what did he do wrong? Yeah, fair enough, he vaped. He shouldn't have vaped, but did you really have to call me? So my dad didn't give a flying shit, right? Funny as hell, right? So you got all Bob, Aaron, and Cassandra going, what the fuck? How have you not been had your head ripped off, right? You know, we're sitting there, dead silence, 20 minutes, right? And bear in mind, the teacher hated me, the one that rang home. She despised me with a passion. So a few days go by. Sorry, not a few days. A few minutes go by, and we'll get escorted home, right? So my uncle comes and picks us up, right? We'll get excluded for the day. I get chores, top and bottom of it, right? Complete my chores, get told not to do it again. Fair enough, right? So the next day we'll go in, right? Apparently my dad was meant to have a meeting with the school, right? On regards to what I'd done. Yeah, he didn't turn up at first, right? And then I get pulled by the teacher saying, where's your dad? And I was like, oh, he's not coming. He was like, well, you can't go into school until he comes and has a meeting. And I'm like, yes, I don't want to go back to school. Please take as long as you need. So eventually they get him to come in, right? Bear in mind, the whole thingy, the whole story that we had on, we found the vape in a book, I think it was, or a file. Yeah, we found it in a file. So yeah, that all went to thingy because Aaron was very, very smart and was like, yeah, it was my vape. He cracks so easy under pressure. But besides the point, right? So he's sitting there, right? in a separate meeting, right, I get pulled with my dad into a private meeting. So, you know, the deputy heads, both deputy heads are sitting yelling at me, you know. And my dad goes, what about it? Yeah. The top and bottom of it is my dad didn't really care, right? And he asked, can he be released on time? Because we've got this thing, it's called the unit, it's like isolation, we've got to stay behind after school for an extra hour. So we had that for like 3 days, right? So day one, right, this is the funniest day ever. So we'll skip it forward a few hours, you know, it's at the end of the school, we're sitting there bored out of our minds, we get told, do your work, right? Bear in mind the school know I've got to be released on time. And yeah, the teachers go, I stand up and go, miss, can I go now? This teacher fucking hated me. She literally hated me with a burning passion. And she was like, no, what makes you any different from the rest of these? And I was like, well, miss, I've got to go home, you know. My dad told us, and I was sitting there, right, for 15 minutes, right, bored out of my mind until the receptionist comes running up the stairs and goes, Kyron needs to be released, like, right now, right? So, the teacher that hated me, right, honestly, smoke coming out of her ears, angry as hell, right, and I've got a huge smile on my face. She's like, sit back down, and I'm like, what? And she was like, I need to check with the deputy head about this. So she goes and checks with the deputy head, right? I get to go home, right? So Aaron and Cassandra and Bob are really angry at me and saying, you're making it up. So I gotta go home, but behind the scenes I didn't really know what happened and why the receptionist came running up the stairs. So I came running up the stairs, right? The receptionist came running up the stairs after my grandma went into school and ripped the receptionist's heads off. Not literally, metaphorically, obviously, but yeah. So the teacher comes running up the receptionist, comes running up the stairs, right? And yeah, I get told I can go home, right? Funniest thing ever. I stand up, I give the teacher a huge grin, as much to say, fuck you, right? The teacher's fuming at this point, right? So I gotta go home, yeah, and yeah, I had like 2 more days. But then those 2 more days that flew by, you know, I gotta go on time, you know, sitting chilling. We'd done work, but like it wasn't much work. And yeah, that was the end of the story. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please don't do what I did in school. You will actually get into a serious amount of trouble. So don't set the fire. Oh, also, yeah, apparently we got billed for the fire alarm. Yeah, £500 it was. Yeah, that never happened. But the fire services came. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this. It's been really fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the story. I should be on a band in about a week or 2. And yeah, back to normal content. But without further ado, I shall see you all later. Also, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you've had any experiences like this. Anyways, I'm out. Peace. Peace.